Thanks for being with us today. We're excited to hear your story and find out how the school shaped the men you are today. I know you guys were both on the basketball team here. How do you think the coaches helped shape the young men that you are beyond just the sports?
Where priority was placed was a big thing. So we're playing sports on the basketball team. Obviously, the goal is to have more points on the scoreboard. One of the things that our coach did really well was prioritizing character development before prioritizing what we could do on the court. And so for me, that was really enjoyable, the opportunity to compete at a high level, but also know that I was learning things that were going to go past just the basketball court. And so.
Yeah, and I think one of the major things that I got to learn, I'm sure Victor can speak to it, is just those leadership skills that we get to use today in my role in leading students. Not only do I get to lead students, but I get to lead our volunteers and I get to lead our congregation. So many of those things, so many of those principles I learned on the basketball court.
Is there a particular game that sticks out in your mind, or even a gym memory? Eagle Banquet, graduation?
I can think back to district games. We played playoff games here, where we won, where we lost. My last game as a senior here, I could think back to all those things and have fond memories, but as well, I graduated in that gym. I walked into that gym as a freshman in high school, and I walked out as a senior, and there was many victories in a basketball game, but as well, just like as a person, spiritually, there was victories, and emotionally, mentally, there was victories, and academically, there was victories. And so to look back at that court, at that gym, it's cool because it paints a really awesome picture of God's faithfulness in my life.
It was a pride that I think I had in my school, in my teams, that was like, this is our home court. This meant something to us. And so when you add getting opportunities to lead worship in that same gym, which I received through different events that happened in the gym, it's just, I look back on it and I cherish playing sports and I cherish leading worship, and the best of both worlds were available to me in that gym.
This month, we are working to restore Victory Gym. Why do you think that's a worthy cause?
We can't put a measurement on what God will do with our time, our energy, our resources. And I'm going to talk about my story. Victor is going to talk about his story. But then if you start to consider and kind of reflect on the hundreds, if not hundreds, thousands of students that have come through those doors in that gym, and the impact that God has had on their lives because of what goes on in that gym, we're talking about eternal value.
Knowing that you are invested in, knowing that people care, that are willing to give. When it comes to something like the gym, yeah, I mean, it's a gym, and we could say, some people might say that just a game is played. But I mean, I think we're prime examples of what happened in there, what was happening in there, how it really affected the whole direction of our lives and what we are doing now.